Stay tuned for more interesting and entertaining content on our Shorts and Sweet channel. Subscriptions and likes are a great way to help us create better content. Once upon a time, there lived a very rich man in a village. When his sons reached marriageable age, he wanted a daughter-in-law who was faithful and thrifty. So he decided to hold a special test to choose a daughter-in-law to live for a month on only a handful of rice and a handful of beans. His wife was worried, but he knew that a wise maiden wouldn't starve to death. So he had his housekeeper take care of the girls who came to him. For the next 3 years, all the true and fair maidens of the village came. But none of them lasted more than a week. "My dear," said the wife, worriedly, "I think it's time to give up the test." Then one day, a woman named Jane came to visit the rich man. The rich man's wife wanted to take Jane as her daughter-in-law right away, because she looked so precious at first glance. But the rich man said, "Nonsense. Let her take the same test as the other girls who took the test first." Left Jane in the care of the housekeeper. On Jane's first day, the housekeeper asked her, "How long will you be here?" Jane replied, "A month, and then I shall be his daughter-in-law." The housekeeper didn't believe Jane. That evening, when Jane went into the kitchen to make dinner, she scooped out a large pot of rice and beans. The housekeeper, concerned, stopped her, saying, "If you use that much rice and beans, you'll only last 3 days." Replied, "Even if I last 3 days, I'll eat enough. I'll make dinner, and we'll eat together." At the end of the 3 days, as the housekeeper had predicted, Jane's rice and beans were gone. And she said, "From now on, I'll have to work for a living, so please find me a job. Weaving, washing clothes, sewing, working in the fields. Any job will do." Housekeeper was surprised by Jane's bright and cheerful attitude. It was so different from the way the other maidens thought and behaved. Feeling very good, the housekeeper ran to the rich man and told him, "Do you mean to tell me that the maiden wants to earn her living by working? She is a wonderful maiden." Rich man was delighted. From that day forward, Jane worked diligently on the sewing task the housekeeper had given her. Her excellent sewing skills quickly became known in the village, and the storehouse began to fill up with the rice she earned for her sewing. After a month, the storehouse was filled with a year's worth of rice. The rich man was overjoyed and said, "At last, I have a precious maiden for a daughter-in-law. Do you see why I spent so much effort?" Those who are content with what they have and do not strive for it have nothing to gain. But those who strive and move with diligence are the ones who deserve wealth, and can use it meaningfully and keep it. The rich man took Jane as his daughter-in-law, became even richer, and lived a long and happy life. The moral of the story is that if you work diligently to make the best of your situation, rather than blaming your circumstances, good things will come your way. Like Jane, we can all be successful in our endeavors if we work diligently and have a strong will to overcome our disadvantages.